Ooh, we almost had it. The big hit was synchronized at least.
Yeah.
Howdy partners, and welcome to episode 99 of Alla de små sakerna. With me today are my two cowboys, Anton
Yee-haw!
and Andreas.
Hello.
Why didn't you do a yee-haw as well?
I'm not a yee-haw person.
Yee-haw! Today we're talking about Sleeping with Sirens, Bilmuri, Foo Fighters, and of course Shoreline, Andreas' favorite.
Yay!
Good 2 weeks for Andreas.
Yeah. Well, you had good 2 weeks. Now it's our turn.
Exactly.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram and all that stuff at Alla de små sakerna. And please let us know via email if you can or if it's possible regarding how we can involve the listeners in our 100th episode. We're planning on doing something with you listening, if it's like in a venue or inviting someone over or I don't know, something. But we need some help. If you have any tips or tricks or ideas or anything, just let us know.
We have some plans, but we could use some help.
Yeah.
As usual.
But it's also like a big SOS here. Like, help us.
Yeah, please.
Help us get the 101 nice.
Yeah. And also maybe even more, so pay attention to our Instagram regarding the end of the Broken Summer giveaway. It's not quite yet, but we're going to announce a date for the end of that giveaway fairly soon, I think.
Yeah.
So keep your eyes peeled, so to speak. But yeah, I think that's it for the intro. So we head over to our news reporter from Ohio, Andreas. Yee-haw!
Andreas.
Ohio. Sure. Ohio is for lovers, eller?
Yep.
Yep. Just some small stuff, not really news of that sort, but I saw on Skillet's Instagram. I actually don't follow them, but it was one of those, you should like this.
Yeah.
And they usually send out cool drum cams.
But you could follow them.
Yeah. I'm not against it. It's just I don't do it.
But it's just worth a mention. You don't follow them.
Yeah, and
I can mention I don't follow them.
that's not a big surprise.
No.
And the drum cams with Jen Taylor is pretty epic, especially when they do the songs where she sings. Yeah, it's really fucking hard to play drums and sing at the same time. Try it, you will see for yourself.
Yeah, you will
But
fail.
Yeah, I saw that they're actually coming to Europe, not Sweden.
Of course.
So fuck them. No,
Bastards.
But the thing I saw was that apparently people like them because almost every show is sold out, and I think it's quite a few months until they get here.
So is it like an like October, September show thing? Like,
I think it was in the summer still. So
it isn't like a festival.
No,
gig.
I don't think it was. I think it was a headline thing. And it was like 2 dates in Poland already sold out. One of the dates in Great Britain sold out, and a lot of other places. And they were going like 18 or 20 venues or something, and about a third were already sold out.
Okay. I mean, they're probably doing some like arena or festival.
Yeah, probably. I didn't look into it too much. I just looked for the Sweden. Yeah. And when I didn't see it, I was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
And then I saw that the reason they posted it was like, it's selling quite fast. So if you want your tickets, get on it, sort of a thing. So that was. This is small.
Also saw that Dropkick Murphys was doing a tour, and they were coming to Copenhagen, but not Sweden either. But they usually come, so I mean, maybe it's just one of those, like, we skip you this time, but you probably come back.
Last time they promised.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, they said it was because of the merch that was delayed in the customs and stuff.
Right.
So they promised that next time, and there absolutely will be a next time, we will come and we will have our merch with us.
Right.
So I'm gonna hold them up to it. So.
Maybe it's still stuck in transit, so they can't come back.
Exactly. They're like, fuck Sweden.
Yeah, and I also saw that Sabaton, who were supposed to go to the US, and there was some trouble with everything, so they had to cancel it. They have now rebooked, so I think it starts in fall, where they're going to go to the United States and Canada, and I think Mexico probably to play. Yeah. So it's good to see that when things fall through, that they can mend it. And they said like, this is heartbreaking, but we have to cancel the whole tour, and people were very sad and stuff. So they can see them now.
It's crazy like how every band can be like big in like Mexico and Argentina. It's like you have AC/DC or Metallica or The Hives are great there, and you know that when Sabaton comes to Mexico, they're gonna rip too. They're gonna love that shit. But it's like they love everything.
Oh yeah,
it's sick.
It's crazy. It's all. I mean, it's a meme with like, come to Brazil.
Come to Brazil.
And come to Mexico. And even though they don't speak the same language, but you know, it's still it's foreign to. I mean, to us, I guess, but to me especially, like it's so hard to think about. I mean, there's way more people there than in Sweden, for example. So of course it's gonna be more people that enjoy that type of music. But it's hard to believe like a Swedish metal band making waves in Mexico. You know?
Yeah.
It's talking about mostly Swedish history. War history.
Exactly.
To something completely different. I saw a post in social media. I don't know if it was Instagram or something, from someone who I definitely don't follow, Brian Berkheiser, formerly of I Prevail. He released a sort of story of where he comes from and where he is now. Very open about when he started I Prevail and when they got big and he got the Grammy, and he got sick and he got better, and he got sick again, and he had to leave the band and stuff. And also he had some problems and then lawsuits and stuff. And also he's been to a mental health facility because he was really, really down when all the things happened. And because of the lawsuit, he couldn't release some songs that he were planning to. The first song, he actually released a cover, I think late last year. But he has now released the new song. It was actually in February, but I saw it now, so I thought it was worth mentioning. Because we talked about it in the podcast. So it's nice to see that he can actually release music and do what it was. And his new band, but I think it's just him, is called Scatterbrain.
I know.
So if you see it, you know who it is.
That looks awesome.
And he ended the post with something like, right now I'm in a really good place and I'm happy to share some music, and I'm happy to be with my family. And so he seems like he's in a good spot, which is good to see. Regardless of what you think of his music or him or I Prevail or anything, it's nice to see that you can recover.
Is that it for the news sweep?
I just wanted to fill in just a fast quickie from our lovely band Newfound Glory, which I sent at least Andreas, I think, on Instagram. But the guitarist, Chad Gilbert, as we mentioned last week, that had cancer and stuff, he posted like just in this weekend, I think, that he had discovered in February that he had 3 tumors in his head. But they safely removed it. So he's good and recovering, but he can't like barely get around on a phone right now and stuff like that. But they've said like he will recover.
Yeah. Cool.
But really crazy. So like when all of this released, he was fucked up. Like he was down.
Yeah.
So I mean, guess they're going to like a tough period. With an original guitarist.
Yeah.
I think he is.
Yeah.
Being that sick, like, and had said like that he was like falling down like the day before and stuff like that. So they went into the ER and stuff.
Yeah.
And discovered all of that. But gladly he's safe and doing better.
Okay.
But we'll see if he come back to the band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, maybe the guitarist from 4 Years Strong will tour with them.
Right.
Maybe, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's just it.
That's hopefully good news.
Yeah.
We can't really tell, but at least the tumors are removed, so that is good news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which sounds pretty crazy, like to remove 3 tumors in your brain and you still make it. Like, that sounds crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I also have one small thing. It's something we maybe could talk about in terms of music, but I recently saw Austin Carlile, the original singer in Of Mice and Men, actually released a solo song like this week. And I haven't listened to it. I just wanted to mention that he left the band because he couldn't really sing anymore because he has had heart problems his entire life. And he had like open heart surgery. And that's why he left the band, because the doctors told him like screaming might actually kill you, basically.
Oh,
I don't know if he's screaming in this song or if he's just singing, but back in the day he never sang, so he just did the harsh vocals.
Yeah.
And I haven't checked it out for myself, but I thought it was worth mentioning just because cool to see him making music again. I never thought he would. So that's a cool thing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah. But onward to the program.
Yeah.
We're starting off with Sleeping with Sirens, another band in the Of Mice and Men era, I guess.
Yeah.
And they're back with a song called An Ending in Itself.
Isn't it like the first song in like 4 or 5 years? I think it was.
So. Yeah. I listened to their, I can't remember what it's called. The album has a song called Kick Me or something. It's an old album, like we're talking 10 years ago maybe.
Yeah.
And that's around the time when I saw them as well.
Yeah.
And since then, they haven't really done anything good, like musically. They've been the one band that hasn't really had the consistency of like Pierce the Veil or A Day to Remember. A lot of the bands in this like emo 2010-7 scene, they're kind of the ones that got left behind, even though they have the mega hits still. Like If You Can't Hang and Do It Now, Remember It Later, and all those. But this song, in my opinion, it's it's moving in the right direction. It sounds way better than like their last, 4 albums maybe.
I haven't actually checked them out, but is it that bad before?
It's that bad.
Oh shit.
It's like, it's just super, in my opinion, super mid. Like, it's not really bad. It sounds like Kellyn has such a unique voice, so you can tell that it's them, But for a while they went sort of into like a pop rock feeling. Then I think they tried to like bring it back to something like this and failed. And then they were sort of in the middle, making, in my opinion, very uninspiring music just in general. And I guess they tried to evolve with, them getting older and the listeners getting older. But I think most people that do listen to them want to hear what they sounded like,
the old stuff,
15 years ago. So yeah, we've talked about that sort of thing a lot of times before, but this is a perfect example, and a song now that is, as I said, moving in the right direction at least. Maybe not fantastic like the old albums, but in my opinion, it sounds pretty freaking good compared to, well, the last 10 years of music they've put out. So I'm a little excited about this one actually.
This is freaking good.
Yeah.
And I'm getting like a bit shocked that the last albums seemingly are bad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think I've listened to the last album because I just gave up.
Yeah.
I lost all hope in this band, honestly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I might have to check that out, see if there's anything like this in there, because yeah, this sounds good.
Yeah. Well, I feel like when I heard this song the first time and I saw the music video later, it was like, well, fucking hell. Yeah. I think this is awesome. Like, I thought, like, why haven't I listened to this band much more than I've done? Like,
yeah.
As we said, maybe listen to, like, the hits. Maybe even haven't listened to a full album.
No.
Directly. I don't know. Andreas, have you?
No.
Were you a big fan when they broke out?
This is one of those bands who I should have listened to, but all the people who liked it, I didn't like those people, so
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And also I have
were they maybe like a bit late for you too?
No.
No.
I think I was there when they were at the top. And I have a vague memory of like girls in the same age as me who were like, yeah, they're so hot and all that stuff. And usually when you're at that age, that makes you don't like them as much. So no, I didn't listen to them so much back then. I've listened to the hits now. Of course, but this has never been one of my bands, and yeah, still now it's not really my thing. It's my thing adjacent, if you will. I like this song still, but it's not quite there, and it's. I think it's because it's a bit weird. How he sings, and I think that's the thing that makes my brain go like, no, not quite. Just his singing, because the rest of the band, they.
Well, that's feels like a hit or miss, as with Newfound Glory.
Yeah, exactly.
It definitely just like a hit or miss. If you like the voice, you like it. Like, but you can hate it too. Yeah. And I definitely think I like it more.
And I like this song as I said, but it's not one of those whoa. And when you say Rasmus that their latest albums and stuff hasn't been great, I'm like, I'm pretty glad I didn't listen to them or even tried when I hear that. So I can jump on here and be like, it's okay.
Yeah, maybe I have to do some homework. Maybe I'm sitting here talking shit, but I'm fairly sure that I've listened to at least, I don't know how many albums they've actually put out since I stopped listening to them, I guess, but I would say 3 or 4. And I can for sure say that at least 2 of those were really bad. In my opinion. Of course, this is all my opinion. I'm not stating any facts.
General opinion.
So if you're unsure, then go listen and make your own opinion. But I as you said, Andreas, the voice, I think many bands in this era of music had this type of voice. You know, Vic from Pierce the Veil has also an extremely high-pitched voice. Matt, I think is called from Memphis May Fire. Even On Mice and Men had a very high-pitched singing voice. You know, it's that era of music.
They're very close to each other.
It's very hit or miss. And I think for most people, they kind of see it as like a interesting twist, I guess, to hear a guy with maybe a higher singing voice than many female singers. I personally think it's really cool, and I think it brings out like you can utilize the voice in different ways, which is cool. And the screaming, even like a low growl, sounds fairly high pitched when you have such a high speaking voice, which makes, in my opinion, like the I guess the harsh vocals more like punky and screamy. Like even though maybe they're supposed to be low, they sound mid or high even.
Yeah.
Which adds like a more, I don't know, aggressive feeling to the music. And this song in itself, pun intended, I guess, has that feeling that they had back in the day with, you know, the song structure. It's sort of slow, very clear guitar riffs, very like intricate, picky, and the singing sounds good. And that's another thing. Like his singing voice has stayed the same, I would say. Like he hasn't changed almost anything. You know, we talk about like artists growing up and their voice changing. Kellen has had the same voice forever, I feel like.
Yeah.
And he did, I think he did some features on like a MGK song or something.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, which, you know, and that wasn't too long ago.
Was it Love Race? Maybe?
Yeah. And and they also have a song with MGK from like way back in the day, like 15 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, you know, that then that's another reason why when MGK went into the pop punk thing, I was like, yeah, it's about damn time you've been doing this for so long. But yeah, I can talk about this band for hours, and in like just without going into way too much details, it's a step in the right direction. It sounds good. It sounds like them. I am not sure how many. I know Kellen and at least the bassist are the same as like the founding members, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the rest of the band has been replaced or like new members or maybe like returning members. I know there's one guy with pink hair always, and I think he's been in the band for a long time, but he's not part of the like original lineup, I don't think.
Okay.
But yeah, cool song.
Yeah, very cool song. And I don't know, I just get the feeling like I get very hyped when I hear it now. Like every time I come to it, when it pops up, it's like, this is a good song. And I just feel like as you compare it with different bands that have the kind of same voice, it's like, I think Kellen could be at least the king of this high pitch.
Yeah.
So I feel like when I hear this, I'm pretty damn sure it's Sleeping with Sirens.
Yeah.
So I get like, wow, that's so cool. Like that you have such a signature voice, even though many others have like kind of same voice, but he has made it like so signature.
Yeah.
Which is so cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, as I said, I haven't listened to the previous song, so I'm kind of interested in like listening to the other stuff. I saw a few albums, and I can see that was more like of a modern rock thing, and maybe that's why a few left back in the days. Then
probably
maybe
yeah.
But yeah, I'm super stoked on this new track, and I hope there's an album upcoming.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah,
and that, as you said, the finger pickering guitar riff is so nice.
Yeah,
I think it's
I like that a lot.
So nice.
Yeah.
So underrated.
Yeah. I think
it's such a hook.
Yeah, and that's another like signature move of this era of like emo music, I guess.
Yeah,
it's a lot of those like Bullet for My Valentine-esque riffs, not very shuggy. Like the backing guitar is quite shuggy, but the riff itself is very difficult, I guess.
Or as we should say in Swedish, like burkig. It's like, it feels like it's come from a can.
Yeah.
I don't know which the English term is, really.
Yeah, burky.
Burky. But the sound is kind of like that. It isn't that full.
Yeah.
In that way.
Hollow. Maybe. Like I don't know. It's hard to describe.
Yeah. But it has that feeling to it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the kind of old school feeling that even though like old songs from like 20 years ago were good produced and everything, but they had that sound to it.
Yeah.
Very burky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a cool like vibe to bring back, I suppose. Or to maintain rather.
Yeah. And also a cool video.
Yeah.
Pretty basic, pretty like how many other bands do it right now. They go into like a studio or something, or a room with like one color, and they play out, and they have like an object or something in the room, and that's the part. But as we say, we like that, Rasmus.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty simple, but it's something happening still.
Yeah.
It's like some kind of, I don't know, metaphor or something that's going on.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. And it conveys a feeling of like just letting the music speak for itself, I guess. You don't have to complicate things. Sometimes a cool video is just a cool video.
Yeah, exactly.
And the best example, I think, and we all agreed last year, Architects Black Hole, which is in itself them just playing, but everything around it is so sick.
Yeah.
And like, because it's such basic, like the theme of it is just them playing, but you know, there are such cool video. But yeah, I think Kellen said in an interview that there is new music coming. Like, he just said new music, I'm pretty sure, so not like an album directly, but now this is out, and I'm guessing there's more. So it's probably album coming. And I also hope that it stays in this realm of music.
I hope so.
Yeah.
But it feels like that.
I think so too. And if this has gotten quite a bit of like buzz surrounding it, because it sounds like
the old school stuff.
Yeah, more like the old school stuff at least. So I think a lot of people are excited to hear more stuff like this.
Yeah.
But let's put some ratings on it. And if we're starting from down, I think Andreas will start.
I will give this a 6.
Yeah. That sounds about right. And I think Anton might be more excited than me, or we're the same level of excitement. I'm going to say a 7.
I'm going to give it a 9.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I feel like I get the extra excitement, you know, that I want to listen to it.
Yeah.
Probably going to come to it on the next track that we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
But, you know, they kind of do that thing that just gets you more excited.
Yeah.
So I think it's worth like a 9.
Yeah.
I got also more an 8 feeling of you.
Yeah, I think so. But there's not enough flaws actually to be an 8. I don't know. They got the most of it. I think.
You don't have to change.
No. But I agree. It is like an 8 or 9. but yeah, somehow I think it's more of a 9.
Hell yeah, that's nice. Especially, you know, even Andreas, who, you know, we often expect puts a low rating on things that he hasn't heard before. It still gives it a fairly positive rating, and Anton really liked it, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
Moving on to something I think we all are more excited about. I hope Andreas too, maybe. We'll see. Bilmuri featuring A Day to Remember, or at least the singer of A Day to Remember.
I'm not that sure that Andreas is so excited about this. I don't get the feeling that he digs this.
And just to be clear, it's not Bilmuri the actor.
No.
Did you want me to take it away?
Well, I was just gonna start off with a little intro thing about the track.
Yeah.
And the most important thing about this song is the music video. It's one of the best music videos so far this year, in my opinion. They're doing medieval MMA, and it's a lot of fun. And it fits the theme of Bilmuri tracks, and I guess he often has absurd titles to his songs, and the lyrics and meaning are often quite nice. Maybe the old stuff is a little bit more extreme, but some songs, I think some is called like Cranking My Fucking Hog or something, and it's like a love song or something. Like, it doesn't make any sense, and I really like that.
He's fun in that way.
Yeah, he is really funny.
Like the new album comes in 14 days from this recording, and just that his album name, the title is kind of hard, and it's him with a hog, it's
and
just
a sword,
a sword. It's fucking idiot.
Weird. It's really funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
But yeah, Andreas, tell us how you feel.
I'm not so excited about this.
I just want to say, like, this song.
Have we announced the actual song and featuring? Did we?
The song is called "Always Let You Down," but I did say Bilmuri and A Day to Remember.
Oh, nice.
But it's called "Always Let You Down." I just wanted to say that this song, the way it sounds, gives me the it sounds like Andreas.
That was a bit harsh.
No, it's great.
No.
Yeah.
I don't actually like this song.
To me, it's great.
Okay, yeah. You can think that. It's not that bad. I'm not gonna be that harsh about it. But as I've said it so many times, there's not much happening in this song. I feel, and it's a really forgettable song for me. As I sit here, I actually don't remember anything about the lyrics or anything, and I've listened to it quite a few times, so yeah, that should say stuff.
Yeah, I think I gotta back Andreas on this one. I think also it has a factor of, how do you say it? Like you forget it, or it isn't like that catchy that you actually remember it. And that's what I was also gonna come to. Generally with Bilmuri, I think it sounds great, but it doesn't get stuck on your head.
Yeah,
some way.
And I don't feel the A Day to Remember thing shining through. So I don't get that feeling of we talked about their latest album, right?
Yeah. Big O.
Big O, yeah, exactly. I saw the announcement that number 2 is coming. And we liked it, or I liked it, not super much, but I liked it. And I was maybe hoping that this song would be in the same area. It was not.
No.
And I honestly can't quite put words on it because I actually don't remember so much about it. And I was thinking before, should I write a lot of stuff down so I can talk about it? And then I was like, no, because it's not that rememberable. Yeah, very hard word. And so I thought that would be more genuine of me not actually remembering that much about it.
Yeah.
And it's okay to listen to. And I definitely can have it on in the background. But when I try listening to it actively, my mind drifts off to other places.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that funny.
Yeah. It's okay to have in the background. I think I personally really like this song, but I get that where it's like it's so it's so easy to listen to in a way. Even though you forget it, maybe that's a part of why it's easy to listen to for me. I personally got this chorus stuck in my head every single day ever. And I think it's super catchy, and I think even you both said that it's like not very memorable, which I can see for other Bilmuri songs. But I think this hook is just, it's so much space when it kicks like into the chorus. It's really just the song. Like that part just sticks in my head. And I do like the A Day to Remember feature where it's like he doesn't do too much. He does his nice singing, which he does sometimes. And then he's, the guy screaming in the breakdown, which he does very well. We all know that.
Yeah.
And it's also quite a Day to Remember type breakdown, I would say. It fits him very well. But other than that, Bilmuri has gone into, what he calls country core. Which I
buy that.
Yeah, a lot of his music sound is very country inspired with metal. It's a metal song with country influences, I guess. But I do feel like this one has less country influences than maybe his last album, but it still has that feeling.
I think maybe I also think the chorus is great. So I'm a bit harsh when I'm saying like it doesn't get stuck, but at the same time I can actually not remember it right now.
No.
But at the same time when I listen to it, it's like great. It's so good. But maybe it's because Bilmuri has this like very kind of like poppy or country melodic clang to it or whatever.
Yeah.
That makes it so like I don't know really. I mean, you always like have this what can you call it? Like you can vibe to it when it comes down.
Yeah,
I think every song is like that. You
Yeah.
you can kind of like just nod to it, and it's like it's nice, but it's not that hard. It has many times harder parts or breakdowns or whatever, but the chorus is many times like very melodic in a pop country vibe.
Yeah.
And that's probably very clever, but I think also that's what makes it kind of like a bit forgettable.
Yeah.
Also, maybe at least that you pocket it as like his thing, at least, as you said, the country core or whatever, like that. It's got pocket in there.
Yeah. I was gonna say, we usually say let's melt or easily digestible, and maybe that's the feeling you're looking for.
Yeah.
Like where it's like, it's great background noise, and you don't really, it doesn't affect you in any like hard way, whereas like you get strong feelings, like you said for the last track with Sleeping with Sirens, where you're like excited to listen to it. This doesn't get close to that maybe for you.
No, exactly. And also like as you said, A Day to Remember featuring is like he's there, but I also agree on Andreas on there with that it isn't like that significant or that he takes enough space in the song to be like, well, he needs to be here. But I also like kind of buy the part that you said, like that he's just there. Yeah. In a kind of nice way, not taking too much space either, but I think he should have taken more space here. Yeah. Probably.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he is singing most of the chorus like with Bilmuri.
Yeah. And I think maybe that's one problem too, that they're so close vocally that it doesn't like make a change. You don't hear like take Iceland Kills with McKenna Grace, obviously a she and a him in the chorus, but like then you at least hear that we have two different singers. Here is like kind of melts into the one thing. Yeah, to me. Yeah. But I think like all of the songs he released for this forthcoming album is very nice. Yeah, I do like them. So I'm kind of like excited, but not as excited as with Sleeping with Sirens.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we feeling satisfied with Bilmuri?
I'm satisfied.
I'm satisfied.
So I think we're starting doing the same direction, maybe swapping me and Anton, but we start with Andreas for the rating.
I will give it a 4.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with 7.
Okay, nice. I'll give it a 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's about what I expected. Yeah. This was a hit or miss for Andreas for me. Like he could either say 4 or 8. Okay. You know.
I usually do.
Yeah. Yeah, or maybe like 7 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the question is, Foo Fighters, is Andreas gonna go with a 9 here?
Yeah, we'll see.
Is he?
Foo Fighters, Caught in the Echo. What do you think, Andreas?
It's a Foo Fighters song.
Yes, I agree.
And it's almost a parody of Foo Fighters in the past. Because they have a little bit of everything that you remember from all the big songs. The screamy thing where he repeats himself, sort of. And you have the guitars that it's tuned exactly as which song am I thinking about?
I got Learn to Fly feelings, but I don't think that's the one.
I think it's a lot of Wasting Light album.
No, earlier. I'm more Learning to Fly. That era.
Everlong. Even
right now, I'm blanking about the song,
but you're correct on that. It has a lot of influence from the past.
Yeah. As you said, Andreas, like the best way to describe this is it sounds like a Foo Fighters song, at least to me.
Yeah, and it really does, and
a classic Foo Fighters song, I would say too. Yeah, because I think we said it before, but and I stand my ground on that. Foo Fighters barely put out like a full-length good album. They have usually like maybe 5 tracks that are smash hits.
Yeah.
They're fantastic,
Yeah.
but the rest are like fucking down the drain.
Yeah.
It's like they could be really bad.
Yeah.
Maybe, in my personal opinion, Wasting Light from 2011, I think, with Walk and a few more tracks, is like the best album altogether.
And I hate Walk.
That's interesting.
I think one,
but I can buy it.
One of their worst songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I agree with you about the part where you said that they haven't released a full album.
That are like
that are like whoa.
Yeah.
There are many songs, and this is a throwback, as I said, we said, to their older stuff, and they did something different for their, I think, last 2 albums, and there were songs on those 2 albums that were, they were fine, but not like, whoa, this is super great, and Monkey Wrench or something like that, where you get stuck on the first bar almost.
Yeah, or Everlong or something like that.
Yeah, Everlong was actually a big grind for me to get into.
Really?
I hated it.
Whoa.
I hated it when it was released. I hated that they played it everywhere on radio and everything.
Okay.
It's like 3 years ago I started liking it. So yeah.
Damn.
So yeah. This is an okay song. It's an okay Foo Fighters song, but this will not be one of those songs I remember or be the first one I put on. But if I'm doing like I'm gonna listen to Foo Fighters today, then it will be in the mix. But it will not be Pretender or Skin and Bones.
Yeah,
Skin and Bones is one of my absolute favorites, and that's quite a different song from their usual stuff. But it's up there, but it's not quite up there. So a bit above mid.
So the question is, this is from the upcoming album, Your Favorite Toy, which comes in like a month.
Yeah.
But this is the 3rd track. So I wonder, have you guys listened to the previous tracks, which
No.
called Your Favorite Track and Asking for a Friend?
Asking for a Friend, I've heard.
Yeah, I've heard both of the songs before.
And at least you, Andreas, what do you think about this one in contrast to those songs?
I think this one is the best one yet.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nice way to pull out the answer you wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I only know Asking for a Friend, but I feel like this one is way better than that track, in my opinion too. And I'm, as I've said when we talked about Foo Fighters before, I'm not the biggest fan, but I think, as Anton said about Bilmuri, I think Foo Fighters is one of the most easily digestible bands ever. Like, they do no harm to your ears whatsoever, but it's also, for me, quite hard to find something that tastes good in my ears, you know. And this song, I like the verses a lot. It has a good energy, like the driving guitar and drum, like back and forth, and as well with the screaming, like part screaming vocals or shouting almost. And I think the chorus is where it loses a lot of points. We've talked about this a million times at this point, but like the way it loses energy in the chorus, I don't think it necessarily loses energy, but it's like it gets so much bigger, so I guess it maintains the energy, but it slows down in a way as well. It like goes to ride cymbal and just a bunch of echo and reverb, and it gets big, but the energy of the verse is gone. And I don't like that at all. And it's also very drawn out, you know, caught in the echo again. And like, that's not fun to me compared to the that's way more fun to listen to.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. Like I do think this is a good track even. And even for me, like, it still left a mark, I would say, in Foo Fighter realm. But yeah, like the chorus and the chorus is supposed to be like in theory, the coolest part, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's just not in this song, which is unfortunate. So again, very easily digestible for me. It doesn't, I said it left a mark, but it's like also very tasteless to me.
It feels reasonable.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like when I heard the other two songs before, I was thinking like, what are they doing at Foo Fighters? Like, oh no, not another bad album.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But this song came and I was like, oh, this brings back memories. Like, this is the good stuff. And as I said, I think Wasting Light is probably the best album in its entirety. And this one has a lot of more like similarities to that album. It's more like poppy in its way. It's a lot of like mom rock, if you would say. But I like that. I think there's more feeling to this, and I think Foo Fighters are actually pretty good at doing this. Yeah, they obviously have done a lot of like powerhouse tracks like Pretender or other tracks that are great. But I think when they explore stuff nowadays, it's not that good. Like on the other tracks, it's like, don't do this. Just keep it safe. Do the kind of like cool like stadium rock song. Yeah. Because I think also like partly, as you said, the drums and guitars, but the drums, I love the kind of like it feels like it drums a bit too long, or maybe that it kind of like stops immediately and then it comes back again, which feels a lot like Taylor Hawkins drumming. And maybe you agree, Andreas, if you recall the moments that I think of.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. And yeah,
it feels like the drums go on a bit too long and then it just it just ends. I think that's cool. But also like that Dave does his screaming like in the right parts. He doesn't scream all the time that he does on other tracks. And also like if you see the lives nowadays, it feels like he's screaming all the time because it feels like he can't like really sing anymore, because the only thing he can get out of himself is like the screaming vocals. But this works. This is great. Yeah. And yeah, I just feel like the screams comes in the right parts this time. Yeah. It's just powerhouse there, but then you have, that's why I think I'm pretty down with the chorus at least, that it's just Los San Diego. Yeah. Like it's like just another vibe in the track. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, mom rock is a great way to put it.
Yeah. This is really mom rock.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I'm done with this track for the moment.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But also excited on this one.
Yeah, I don't know which way to start. I'm guessing I will start. And I'm gonna say a 6. And then I think Andreas goes.
And I second that 6.
Yeah.
And I say an 8.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
I was right.
Yeah.
And now for the grand finale.
Piece de resistance.
For Andreas' favorite band ever.
Yes.
Shoreline.
Yeah. Finally some Shoreline.
And this
album, Minster emo rock band.
Right. And
Germany.
This album is called Is This the Low Point or the Moment After? Yeah. And we got how many songs? 10?
10, I think.
It's quite a short album. It's about 30 minutes, which is something I mentioned when we talked about some of the singles, you and me, Anton, that they were very short, and I was afraid that it would be a short album because of the number of tracks. And well, it is a very short album. Yeah. We're talking knocked loose territory.
Exactly.
Almost thrown territory.
Yeah.
Not the same type of music, but same length, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, 10 tracks. They sound pretty samey, I would say. There's not a lot of variation. The biggest difference track to track might be the like lack of screaming or only screaming. And well, some are calmer, some are more pop punky, I guess, like Sweet Spot, for example, where there's not any screaming, but it has more energy than maybe Brittle Bond, where it's almost only screaming, but the energy it's more angsty. And to me, that's like the vibe of the entire album. It's, it gives and takes in their arsenal of skills, I guess, where they like pick, okay, this track is slower, but we add the screaming, and this song is faster, but we remove the screaming. And yeah, I obviously like this. And comparing it to the last album, I think they have evolved in a good way. It's not like they're sounding completely different, but I do feel like the last album had more tracks that I was like, meh, compared to this one. I can listen to this the entire way through and enjoy it. And the last album was more like these, maybe I would say still more than half of the songs on that album were good, but there were still some low points.
It feels like this album's songs is more themed together in its entirety than the last album.
I agree.
As you said. And I also think that this one is easier to listen to the whole way then.
Yeah.
Because every song is kind of in the same ballpark.
Yeah.
For that sake.
But I'm excited to hear what Andreas has to say, because I think me and Anton can, even though we might not like every song, we can still talk about that we like every song. And Andreas will not say that.
I will not say that.
He loves Shoreline now.
Yeah, this is the best band ever. They sound quite a bit like Gaslight Anthem.
Okay, I mean that's Anton realm, but yeah, I can maybe hear it. Not really, but sort of.
Yeah, and especially on the first two songs, he gets his voice in the same area and the same gravelly stuff where Gaslight Anthem lives.
Yeah.
So. And you all know what I think about Gaslight Anthem, so...
I think you like the early stuff.
Yeah, some songs, but
yeah,
no, not anymore.
But yeah, I guess maybe a bit, but I don't know. There's so much more like rockabilly or straight punk, and his voice is, as you said, gravelly, but Hansol is the singer of Shoreline is so much more, I don't know, just straight scream or like whispering.
Yeah.
So, but
yeah,
I can understand that you find it, but I don't think it's that close either.
No, but as the two first songs is there, but the rest of the songs, they're adjacent, they're very near it. So yeah. And also, as you said, Rasmus, I didn't think you would say it, but it's very similar. Every song is very similar to each other.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be this guy that hates on everything you like, but
you are.
It's okay. But you are. Yeah. It's rare when we find something we both like, and that's a fantastic moment. Yeah. That's why we do this.
Exactly. Yeah. Because I can't find anything I like about this. Some small bits and pieces here and there, but I don't like the way he sings. Either when he sings the whispery stuff, I absolutely hate. He has to stop it because he can't pull it off. Please, God, stop it. And when he sings like regularly, it doesn't stand out from any other type of band that is in the same category. And when he screams, he's not very good at it, so he can't do that either. So I don't actually know how he got the position of being the singer of the band, because he's not good at any part of it.
I think
he tries every part.
Me disagree on the screaming, but
but he tries everything, and I don't think he can measure up to anyone else. Because I think he's actually really bad at the singing.
What I think that at least I like a lot about this band, as I said with a few songs from the Newfound Glory too, but more with Shoreline is like there's so much feeling to the sound or the voice, or like you feel like this is like deep down of him. So I don't know, I just resonate more with the feeling of him. But I can definitely buy that he's not the best singer or whatever, but I don't know, he's kind of unique in that way too.
I think maybe you can hear his feelings, because I don't hear it. I hear something like, let's start a band, that would be cool. What does everybody else does? Let's do that. Let's put something out. No feeling to it at all. I don't.
Yeah, but I don't know if you watch the music videos or like I definitely buy that this is some depressing stuff. I mean, it's not fun. I definitely feel like the last album was more fun.
Yeah.
This one I have more problem with listening right now because I'm not in really the mood of this kind of depressed album. But I also I appreciate it that it's here, like the feeling of it. Like I feel like if you're that depressed, I think this is like a good friend to you. Like, well, this guy has it tough too. Like, he doesn't enjoy the time all the time.
And I'm not saying that that's what actually happening. They probably have a lot of feeling, but in my opinion, they don't convey that.
Okay.
In my ears. Because I just hear bland music, and a lot of stuff where a lot of songs have this thing where it feels like they're playing the same type of music, but not the same song. So the guitar goes in one direction, and it's the same feel of the song, and he's singing something that when you put it together, sure, it sounds like a song, but they could also be playing completely different songs, and the drums and the bass and everything. So this isn't my album at all. And I really tried to have an open mind, really hard, and I was like, I'm gonna go in and be like, let's listen to it and try to see everything positive.
So then the bigger question is is this album worse than the last one, which was called To Figure Out?
I actually don't remember that album because I have put it behind me. But I think this is worse.
I think you were sort of kind to the last album, maybe like a 5 or something.
Okay, then this is way worse.
Yeah.
I don't think it was that kind actually, but maybe that he bought some of the stuff, but I'm pretty sure that he didn't like them.
No, he didn't like it,
but I think I could actually listen to a few songs from the last album.
Yeah.
I will never ever listen to another song on this album.
Okay.
Ever.
Good description of how he feels, I guess.
Yeah.
But there's nothing that you like no song that sticks out like this is okay.
Let me take out my phone to cheat, because I had to, because I couldn't take one song and be like, I can talk about this exact song without writing it down, because they sound very similar.
Even I have had an issue with because I've just let the album roll for a few, a week now almost, and I've they just blend together all the songs. There's no clear difference. You can tell this a different song, but it sounds very similar. So if you don't pay attention to which song you're listening to, it's very hard to name the song, because a lot of times they also don't really sing the title or make it very
clear.
Go ahead, Andreas.
So in Synchronize, I actually like the guitar, not all the way through, but it's sort of this picky guitar where it goes. It's just a few notes. It's not a whole chord or anything, but I like the picky stuff in that. And it's a bit of a cheat, but in Forgive, I like when Joe sings. So that's actually nice.
That's a very good featuring. That's true.
And
every time his verse is coming, I'm already there. I'm can't explain everything.
And actually I sit there and wait for it to come, because I was like, this is a good part. Not their part, his part. And in Paradox Man, I would think is the one that's most coherent and actually put together. So I like that. That has a lot of parts that actually work together, like the singing and the guitars and the drums and everything. And so I like that a lot. And in that one, his sort of screaming actually works. And I think that's the one where he has put the most energy into.
Hell yeah.
Spoiler, that would be my number one song. So on the not so hard competition. But yeah.
But that's a good part when he, like, as you say, he puts all energy in it, and also like the lines are so like the grindy, like it's all about the pain, the fear, and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
We talked about it, Rasmus, when when we two talked about it. But I mean that's a like a good like side of it when he actually put everything, like the feelings that he has into that like bridge or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it when we spoke about it last time, Anton, in Paradox Man, where he's like, I'm not depressed, I'm just tired or whatever.
A bit overworked.
Yeah. I think because I obviously agree more with Anton when it comes to this album, but when you mentioned like the way he conveys his feelings through maybe his tone of voice or the music itself, I think that's a great song where, it's also like the way he says, I'm not depressed, I'm just overworked or whatever. It's like, it's very relatable. I feel like, where you're literally just tired. You might seem depressed, but you just want to sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a very relatable feeling.
Exactly.
And that song is also extremely short, which we talked about.
Did you think of that, Andreas, when you listened? Because we talked about it as a single, so that was much shorter then. But now you obviously have the whole album.
And I actually listened to the album when you the
playlist.
No, when you talked about it in that episode, album episode. But there are a lot of songs that are very short.
Yeah.
So the first and second one is, I don't know why they actually cut it in two, because you can't hear where it cuts.
I love that.
Yeah, me too.
And it's so it is the same song basically, because it continues. So it's a weird choice, and they made it on Spotify, and I guess on the vinyl and CDs and everything, where it doesn't have that sort of skip, the usual skip. So it's very compacted together.
Yeah.
So, and when I looked at it, I was like, is this the first song or the third or what is it? And I saw that the first song is like over a minute, just about over a minute, and the second song is just about 2 minutes. So it's 3 minutes together, and that's still not a very long song. So when I saw that, I looked at some other songs, and I was like, this isn't quite as long as you would think in this sort of genre. That would be more hardcore territory. And when you get to the Paradox, I was like already with it that they don't have so long songs. So it wasn't as big of a surprise for me, but it's weird, but it fits sort of. I don't want more of it. So
but it's funny with the where it counts there into brittle bond. But it kind of, it's so small, but like it is a bit of a different. I think it's more of a more energy in where it count. I think in a way it at least in the ending part. But I love how it like builds up in a cool intro. Like it's about to explode with that. Like, I don't know if it's a snare or maybe.
Probably.
But I love that build up and just the actual smash that comes with it. And then Brittle Bond, I think they actually kind of just take it down a bit. It's more not groovy, but more groovy at least. But in whole, more of a compact song. In its whole.
That's another. Me and Anton have talked about the music videos on this album, and that's another great video. It really captures the feeling of the song, at least that I get. And I wanted to add what you said about the whole, like when Andreas says he doesn't get the feeling at all, and you say you get it, and I also do get it, and I can sort of see that, you're probably not alone in thinking he doesn't sound great. And to me, that's probably the best part. I love when it doesn't sound great. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to sound good. I just want to feel the feeling. And maybe I have like rose tinted goggles regarding that whole thing, but like that makes it sound so much better to me. Like a perfect singing whatever, or super nice scream in like a perfect studio setting never beats this feeling to me. It's like a part of me with the Neck Deep, where his voice, like it's like he did 100 takes of that song and his voice is just absolutely destroyed, and then the 100th take, that's the one they use because it sounds the worst.
All cracked up and stuff.
And that's the best part. And the way he screams is almost like he just breathes so much air out that it just turns into a scream. That's the way it sounds to me. Like if I were to try screaming like him, it would just be like a shouting your air out of your lungs, basically. And I think I've never heard anything like that before. And I wouldn't call it bad, of course, because I like it. But like I don't know if it's a different technique, but like I can imagine it hurts like a motherfucker because I've never heard anyone do it. So it's probably a reason why you don't do this. And that makes it even cooler because then it's like, he can probably only do this for like maybe one more album. And then like either his voice is fried or at least he has to stop doing this type of screaming because he's going to turn into Chester or Corey Taylor or Ollie. Like it's going to be bad for his voice. So that, like the dedication to the sound makes it so much cooler to me, where it's like it doesn't matter how I feel, it has to sound this way.
Exactly.
And I think the lyrics are great. I think they're usually like they're pretty clear sometimes, but they're also filled with metaphors, and as I said with the Paradox Man lines, where they're very clear, but they're also like you could interpret this in different ways. And like often relatable. It's like very melancholy. It's not really that he's really sad or depressed. It's just that feeling of like melancholy, or like, this is fine, but I know it's gonna get worse, or it's bad now and it's gonna get better. That type of feeling. And I think this entire album encapsulates that very well compared to Figure Out, the last album, where song to song was more different. As you said, Anton, this has a more coherent theme, like, and we've talked about that as well before, like it can be a good and bad thing when everything sounds the same. And this is a great like example of when everything should sound the same, because it feels the same. And like the length of the album, the amount of tracks, I think everything fits into what they've made here. And to Figure Out, felt more like maybe I haven't really listened to a lot of their earlier stuff, so I couldn't really say, but it feels like they're testing the waters for this album in some way. A lot of the songs like Darius and Soul have this type of feeling, but they're way more groovy as well, as you mentioned on like Brittle Bond. And this is just way sadder, but it's not really sad. No. It's just weird. It's a weird middle feeling.
I think also like to the next album, whatever they do, maybe this will become like a better, like in perspective. To see, like, you have Figure Out, which was more like, as you said, blended with different type of songs. And this one is so much more coherent. But next one, maybe it will be more like, I don't know, straight pop punk or happier, or they will find something else. That's what I like already about this album, that, as you said, that all the songs here are so similar in a good way. Because when you're gonna listen to it, it's gonna be the same theme. It isn't like it's 5 songs that are like depressed and 5 other tracks that are super happy pop punk songs, and they're all like one after another. So I think like this will become better in time also. Like, so when you hear the next album, whatever they do, this will become like more of a time mark, like that was what they were then. By this period of time. And that's also like, if it just doesn't feel like they're faking it also. It just feels like this is how we feel right now.
feels genuine.
Yeah.
And I also feel like the feeling I had from the last album was that like I listened to it and I was like, well, wow, this is surprisingly good, because I hadn't heard about them at that point. And then maybe I stopped listening or listened to something else, and then like it crept up on me. Like I had that feeling of like, I gotta listen to these songs again. And I already can tell that I'm gonna have the same feeling about this. Like I'm gonna move on, listen to a different album for the next episode, or you know, something else drops and I'm gonna listen to that. And then you know, Sweet Spot is gonna come creeping up in my ear. Like, yeah, I have to listen to it again. And I can already tell that there's a lot of tracks on here that's gonna have that feeling. And also because it sounds so similar, I feel like I would have an easier time listening to the entire album, instead of like, Darius and Soul were my two favorite songs from the last album, and those are probably the ones I go back to the most. I haven't really listened to the entire album that many times since really being into it. And this one will be way easier to just put on the whole album, also because it's so short.
Yeah. Well, I can have like I want to go and listen to Yuppie Kids, if you remember it.
Yeah.
Like, I want one of those tracks.
Yeah.
Like when I think of them, I usually kind of think like Yuppie Kids.
Yeah.
Like I want to hear that.
Yeah.
So I want something like that too, but Yuppie Kids isn't necessarily super happy either, but it has that doom 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 doom, like very fun melodic stuff. But yeah, as you said, I also think like this album is great to listen to the whole. Like I'm gonna have a great time listening to it in the future too.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I
don't have anything.
I was gonna say, I don't think Andreas has much to add.
No.
Not much more. No, but I don't know how much we need to say about specific tracks, but I do think like maybe if we say the A side is better, I think personally it dips after Paradox Man. I think like Synchronize, Out of Touch, and Good Times is the least good tracks. I think Synchronize is cool, like lyrically too. And also like, of course, I like this band a lot, so I like these tracks. But I think that's a part when I kind of like dip at least a bit, or they float into each other more. But Youthfully Naive, very nice. But also like Phantom Pain is so cool. And that's probably like the track that is, I don't know, most like, I don't know, that doesn't like fit the album.
Yeah.
By the other tracks.
Yeah.
Because I think Phantom Pain has more of a like 21 Pilots vibe.
Yeah, almost.
And I think that was really cool.
Yeah.
And also like ending on that note, it isn't a fun song or explosive song, but they obviously have this like emo pulse in it all the time, and it isn't necessarily like a fun cracking song in that way. But I think that was a nice ending. Yeah,
I agree with what you're saying, but that also makes it for me probably one of the worst songs, because it's very airy, like it has a lot more space in my opinion, and not as compact as the other songs maybe. Because when you said like after Paradox Man it gets worse, I was looking at the track list and I'm like, no, I don't think so.
Right.
I really like Synchronize. The singles are great obviously, and they're kind of spread out, and Youthfully Naive is also one of my favorites, like, and it's also a single, so it's like maybe even Worry Count that might take the cake for me being one of the worst songs. Brittle Bond is a great song in my opinion, so it's weird because maybe the end and the start are the weakest points for me, because I don't know, it's like you eat a kladdkaka and the crust is harder than the good parts in the middle. Yeah.
That's interesting. I think I love the Worry Counts, but it's also like,
I mean, I love it too, but it's just I have to pick something.
Yeah, and I didn't dislike the other ones either, but I think that one is very cool, but as an it's more like an intro or something like that. So I don't know if I'm gonna listen to it like just that track.
Yeah.
As Andreas also said, like it goes into the next song so much that I don't know if it actually works like by itself.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be exciting to check out. But I just love the start. I think it's so nice, but it feels more of a like interlude.
Yeah.
Than it's like first song. But at the same time, it is a song in some manner. I don't know. But I just feel like the Phantom Pain at least gives you something else by that time, that you at least kind of wake up.
Yeah.
In one way that, well, what is this? Like, and I do like it a lot.
Yeah.
What do you think of Phantom Pain? You hate it?
That's the worst song on this album.
Fair enough.
I wasn't sure if I were going to say it now or wait for when we pick the worst song, but yeah, that's absolutely dreadful.
All right.
I don't like it at all because his singing is super weird. In that song particularly, and all the things that they do in that song, it doesn't work. And it's the last song on the album, which makes me, when I come to it, like, yeah, let's get this over with.
Yeah.
Finally I can listen to something else.
Yeah.
So now, no, I don't like it at all.
No. I'm kind of as we said 1,000 times already. It's a very similar album. If you hear one track that you enjoy, you can probably find something else that you enjoy on this album.
Yeah.
So I don't have much more to add. We have spoken about the singles as well. So
yeah,
we have covered about a third of this album already.
Yeah.
So there's, which is another thing we have talked about before, which like, I don't think they've released too many singles, even though it's a short album. I think they had 3 or maybe 4.
I think it's 4 at least. Maybe.
Yeah. It's a edge case, I guess.
Yeah.
3 would have been fine. If it's 4, that's one too many, I think.
Yeah. Truly.
Yeah.
But and yeah, to the last, I think you mentioned a bit like their like involvement from the past album, and also like I think they kind of sound like a lot better here.
Yeah.
Just to like point that out, really, like from the last album.
Yeah.
I think that's very cool too. Like they sound very fucking good.
Yeah.
I mean, like they aren't like a huge band or something like that, and that's when you kind of get like this underestimating feeling when you listen to it. Like, but it is actually a Shoreline that, well, we listened to it for like a few years now, but not many people know about them.
Yeah.
And they are actually like a super band.
Yeah.
Like so talented, in our opinion, not Andreas' opinion.
Yeah,
but
in 2/3 of this podcast's opinion.
Yeah. But I don't know if you would be like interested in an album that would be like this emo hardcore punk, but kind of like depressed feeling.
Yeah.
This is the right album for you.
Yep.
Because that's all the spots for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're done. We're gonna mention that, I guess we already have mentioned, but our favorite and least favorite tracks. I'm gonna start with Andreas.
Yeah, like I said, Paradox Man is the best song. And like I also said, Phantom Pain is the worst.
Yeah. Anton?
Well, he picked my favorite song. I'm gonna go with, I think I'm gonna give it to Forgive. It feels a bit boring by now, but Forgive is the best song. And I feel like Good Times is the least good, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's actually another good option, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
My favorite is Sweet Spot. Also maybe a little bit boring because it's one of the singles, but I still think it's the best on this album. And honestly, I might yoink your answer of Good Times. It's one of the, as we usually say, album tracks, which I just completely forgot. So yeah, Good Times is probably the worst one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it is a good song and in good lyrics, but it's one of those songs that are just so album tracky.
Yeah.
It's just, it kind of gets stuck in there in the middle.
Yeah.
For me.
So, on to the ratings. And we're gonna start with Andreas.
I would give this a 2.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Anton seems angry.
I want to hear what Anton says. What are you gonna say?
I'm gonna give this a... I'm gonna give it a 9.
Yeah. I think that is a good rating. Fuck. Now I feel like I have to say 9 because you said 9.
You don't have to do anything you don't want to.
I know. But I kind of do.
The reason why I'm so like about the thinking of if I'm gonna give it 8 or 9 is just like, it's just the moment in time that I don't really enjoy this too much. But
yeah,
there are some fucking good stuff on this album.
Yeah.
And so coherent, as we said.
Yeah. No, I think I agree with the 9, actually. As you mentioned on the Sleeping with the Sirens songs, I can't find many flaws here, which I usually forget to like think about. I usually just, Unga Bunga, this is good. And
Unga Bunga.
Yeah. And I can't see many flaws. And I personally always like this kind of music. I don't need like a feeling for it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's great. 9.
But also, as you said, for us at least, it's an album that you can listen through the whole.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need to skip any tracks or, like, halfway through it's like, like, we enjoy the whole album.
Yeah.
I think that's valid for a 9.
Yeah. And before we close this out, I'm first going to say follow us on Instagram again. And please reach out if you got any hookups with sorting something out for our 100th episode. Email us, DM us on Instagram, send us a flask post or a bird, the ones with a letter on them.
Yeah.
Carrier pigeon.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
Bird. Or, whatever works for you works for us.
Eagle. Whatever.
Eagle, yeah, it would be sick. And let's whip out some recommendations, maybe. Do you have anything on the top of your head?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
Incubus. Anna Molly.
Yeah.
Cool.
I have talked about this song before, but it's in one of those worst sounding episodes. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to do it again in where the sound is better, because I don't actually know if you can hear what we're saying in one of those episodes. Yeah. So yeah, and this one is one where you don't have to, but check out the video. It's a cool small story in the video. So yeah,
I'm thinking if I've seen it. Yeah, I continue thinking.
I'm not gonna spoil it.
I think so.
What do you have to recommend, Anton?
I have a song from Heart Attack Man, Pitch Black, and it feels like I might have recommended this before, but I'll recommend it now because they released some new tracks. I think there's a new album coming up, but this one is probably like their best song. It's I don't know, it's very like Midwest emo, but kind of like slightly hardcore. It's a lot of screaming. A bit like Shoreline in a way, but probably just more, I don't know, grungy or whatever, like more gritty in some way. And I think they're more like humorous in a way. Mm-hmm. But Pitch Black is a super song. Pretty hard, but in that vein of like hardcore emo punk stuff. Yeah. And a cool vocals.
Nice.
Really cool vocals.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'm super split because we've talked about Sleeping with Sirens, got me thinking about Pierce the Veil, and the music videos in the background have been playing a bunch of old classics, at least to me. So I'm having a hard time picking. But currently there's Love Like War on by All Time Low, featuring Vic Fuentes from Pierce the Veil, which is a song I had hoped they would play live. And especially since Alex from All Time Low actually screamed for one song. Yeah. I was thinking maybe he can do this now, but they didn't play it, and it's not one of their it used to be probably their biggest song, even close to Dear Maria for a while.
What was it called?
Love Like War.
Yeah.
It was at least top 5, maybe 15 years ago. So yeah, it's an old song by now, but it's one of my favorite all-time low songs because it doesn't sound like all-time low, or at least when they were a little bit more edgy and not 5 Seconds of Summer.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that one.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You want me to recommend another all-time low song?
No, it's okay.
You okay?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
okay.
it's okay.
You can tell me after.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Shut up.
Yeah, but that means we're done for this episode, episode 99. And once again, please let us know in whatever way you want to, if you can help us with anything regarding the 100th episode. Because we're probably going to have a little break before the 100th episode. We'll see, maybe we skip 100 and do 101 instead, or like, we'll see what happens. But we're probably not going to be another episode next week at least.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. And maybe if someone helps us, it will be quicker. So it's up to you guys. You decide when we get the next episode out.
Yeah.
Putting it all on the listeners.
Yeah. And if you guys have anything you want us to talk about.
Of course.
Also.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. As we say in Sweden, shulululu.
Sayonara.
Okay. Bye.